Alright. What's up, everybody, and welcome. We are here with the Team Liquid map contest show match. We've got two baboons. Maples in the bottom left already started the smack talk just then in the lobby before the countdown started. He said, fair warning, I'm going to let you know, mate, you better watch out. Reaper up here in the top right said, hey, man, what am I watching out for? And Maple said, I ate a banana last night. And that was it. That was his entire smack talk. It was impressive. The man basically saying, I am ready to be a baboon. I am ready to play like an absolute monkey. And giving his opponent fair warning of what is no doubt to come. Now, this map here is Dynasty. It is a best of 13. I don't think this scoreboard goes up to 13, guys, so I'm just leaving it as a best of 9 for now, but we'll try. I don't know if anyone knows if there's a way to go double digit on the scoreboard, let me know. I don't think there is. He's coming in for a bit of a cannon rush or a block right now as Maples, but look at this, guys. There is a gold base inside your base. Now, I did tell them, hey, you can take that, but if you take it from the outside, you also get a rich gas geyser with it. But Reaper has just said, no, I'm just going to take it the standard way. We've got a reactive forge from Maples. Okay, so Maples is going to do a reactive cannon rush by the looks of it. Behind the minerals. Oh, okay. Now, this is kind of funny, though. Because, oh, look at that. He moves out of Overlord vision. He purposely moved south so that it looked like he was going home. And now he's going up here. So the thing is, can Reaper just build spine crawlers to clear the cannons? Maybe he can. Either way, this is going to lose a lot of mining time on that base. We've already got a second gas on the way behind this for Maples as well. Dynasty. It's not Dynasty, Pig. It's Dynasty. Because this map is going to be dirty. Oh, yes, he's going to go spines. Spines versus cannons, guys. Okay, this is going to be fun. Thing is, he can build shield batteries as well. I think if he gets like 2 cannons and a shield battery, I think that's fine. Spines take 36 seconds to build. Cannons only 29 seconds. And they take a while to root as well, these spine crawlers. So, yeah, with a battery there, that's going to be a tough fight. Reaper will have to go for a Roach Warren here. But at least he's baiting Maples into putting a lot of investment into this. And he is getting a few trips out of these gold minerals to start things out. For those who don't know, this map, Team Liquid map contest, which a lot of the new ladder maps do get drawn from, it actually is the first one where they've really relaxed the conditions and said, hey, we're realizing we put so many conditions in. People for years shouted at Blizzard, screw you guys, your maps are bad. Your maps are bad. Why don't you follow any rules? And to be fair, there were some rules they should have put into place much earlier than they did. Problem is, oh, hold that thought. Queen's taking big damage. There's a lot of depth pressure. Uh-oh. You don't want to lose your drones, though. Zerglings and the Queen are going to go in. Oh, over on the left side. 2 spines and a Queen going to take out one of the cannons, but a Queen does fall. The cannon does go down. Looks like the Zealot falls. 2 Adepts are here, though. If those Adepts can get out of control, it's going to be massive. There's a Robo and a Twilight on 1 base behind this. Maples is planning some sort of 1 base. I don't know if it's Blink DTs or what. He's planning something baboon-like. And, oh, nice transfuse. Saves the drone. That's actually amazing. There's only 22 workers in this game. And the Spine Crawler, look at that micro. Spine Crawlers beat cannons pretty hard when they're just straight up fighting, by the way. And look at that. The Spines barely survive. Both of them. 4 hit points on one, 11 hit points on the other. We've got pylons on the front. A lair is building. Reaper's like, cool, I've got my gold base back up. I can mine now. Little does he realize his opponent is... Yeah, it's 1 base. It's a 1 base Dark Shrine, man. I do think if Maples took his own gold base and did a 2 base build, it would probably be better. But it wouldn't be quite as baboon level, would it? Now, he's building a cannon and a battery to defend against any counterattack, but there is no counterattack coming, is there? So, as it is, I think Reaper finds himself in a pretty massive economic lead right now. As long as he realizes the kind of range of what's coming next, he should be good. Now, notice, he knew this pylon would die, so he's hit another pylon and a probe over there. With the quick lair, I think Reaper's looking quite solid. Reaper sees no expansion down here. Reaper doesn't know that there's no gold base, though. If I was playing a normal Protoss in Reaper's shoes, I would assume there's a gold base. Oh my god, he's cannoning! He's building a cannon and a battery there. This is so stupid. This is actually really bad. Like, Ravagers will destroy this if they realize it, but I think the whole idea is... And look, he's going to warp in a Stalker so he can micro it over there to pick it. The workers on gold. 2 Stalkers here as well. Oh my god, this is just so bizarre. Thing is, that does force the Roaches home. Ling Speed's almost ready. Roach Speed's on the way. Reaper's very happy to make Ravager Ling off just 30 drones right now. Gateway is building on the front as well. Reaper finds out about this cannon. These Stalkers do need to get over there before Ling Speed finishes. I like that Stalker on the right side is starting to do some damage. It's going to slowly pick off those workers. Lings and Roaches getting pushed back for now. Dark Templar is on the way. There's no detection at all. He can make an Overseer reactively, but he's losing mining on the gold base. And this pressure from Maples is actually really powerful. Stalker will need to shuffle down in that direction. Dark Templars here. Oh, he sees it. He sees it. He sees it, right? He doesn't have gas. He doesn't have gas. He's trying to make it Overseer, but he had to cancel something to get the gas back so he could make the Overseer. Even though Reaper saw it, he was trying to make the Overseer and he didn't have 50 gas. But there we go. It is on the way now. Spinecrawler and Queen trying to defend. That Stalker needs to pull back, and indeed it does. Dark Templar gets pulled back as well. It's 2 base versus 1. Maples is denying the mining a little bit on this, but every time those minerals are mining, it's such a problem for him. And the Roach Sling with Roach Speed coming in, I think Maples may have extended a bit too far in this game. And oh my gosh, he's going to get overwhelmed. The Mass Sling coming in. That Dark Templar does fall. The Immortal Stalkers and Dark Templar hanging out as best they can. He's going to make an Archon. Archon very good versus the Zerglings. The Stalkers there still are denying the mining. Got a couple kills between them. And he's starting his own Nexus. Maples has realized, well, I'm not going to win the game with this. Maybe we can do it this way. Does he have recall? No energy for recall on only 1 Nexus. Takes forever to get that. The Archon Immortal Stalker army moves in, saying, look, if you're going to surround those Stalkers, I'm going to try and get some damage. Gets a few Zergling kills, but he's gonna try and kill the Macro Hatchery and run away, maybe. Oh, he looks for the Overlord. Oh, okay, this might be a bit too far. He does have recall available, but he can't lose that Archon. Oh, he's going to lose it. He's going to lose the Archon. The battery's not quite there. He does get back to the cannons and the batteries, but you can see he's lost more units than Reaper. Reaper's up on that gold-based mining now, and I think Reaper, playing a bit more standard of the two of them, maybe coming out on top. I love that he's still got these red hit point, orange hit point now. Spinecrawlers gathering up their hit points and shields. The Immortal's very good versus the Roaches. The Archon's very good versus the Zerglings, but of course it's hard to land hits on those Roaches. Doesn't lose any units just yet though, so very good stutter step micro. Falling back as best he can. Charge is on the way, and Maple's transferring workers to that natural. He's going to chrono boost his +1 weapons on the Forge. More Archons trying to make it. If you had a Warp Prism to micro these units, I might believe, you know, in magic happening. I do think Reaper needs another gas. The problem is he's limited to just 3 gases right now, but he's not even taking the 3rd on the gold, so Reaper's kind of like, dude, I have a gold base. If I just make enough units, I will overwhelm you. I think this is the right call. Just saying, look, I'll let you get ahead on economy, but that means I'm going to have plenty of units to overwhelm you. Roaches with Roach Speed, Zerglings, Ravagers coming forward. Even pulls back the red hit point. Roach. Reaper looking monstrous right now. He's got so many units. The Archon gets focused down. The barrier immediately blitzed off that Immortal, and Maples tried to hold this frontal position just a little bit too long. And that is a big, big problem. The Dark Templar here hanging on out. They do get some damage on the Roaches and the Lings. Here we go. Nicely done. Behind it, Maples does have +1. He's going to go for a gas behind it, but he's just got nothing. He's got no units. He's got 2 Dark Templar and nothing else. He could try to morph an Archon, run in and kill some drones, and then recall at home maybe. Losing batteries and the gateway over here. Thinking about a 3rd base is Maples, but I think actual fighting units, are, of course, are in short supply. The Canadian Beast getting overrun. Looks like Reaper should be able to either drone up from here or just do a giant all-in. He's making Overlord speed, which to me says he's thinking about maybe doing some sort of big push, or it could just be for scouting. Maples is going to take his gold base from the other side, so he gets the rich gas and the gold minerals, but of course the downside is it's completely undefended, and that's going to be very costly. So as I was saying before all the fighting amped up, Blizzard used to have a lot of issues with their maps, right? Like we had, in 2014, I believe it was, there was a map called Heavy Rain, where the main base was so huge, and there was a ledge which Stalkers could blink on. Imagine this whole area, these 3 bases, was all your main base. And there was a ledge from here all the way along this whole area, and Stalkers could blink in any of that area. And basically, Terran just died to blink every single game on this map. And like you knew you were going to get killed by a 4-gate blink or something like that, and it was still so hard to stop. Like there were maps like that where it was like the Terran was just doing nothing but building bunkers and tanks and trying to survive. And these maps just stayed in the map pool for a long time. You know, essentially, Blizzard's biggest issues was not that some of the maps were crazy. It's the maps were crazy, some of the units had huge problems, and they never fixed those issues for the longest times, right? They left it in the pool as a festering problem with no patches for months and years on end. Now, the bad problem that happened is people basically said, guess what? Well, that means these things are bad. These are the bad things we should avoid. We're going to make a ban list of all of these dumb features Blizzard has done, and we're going to make sure none of those ever get into the map pool again. So the map has to have this many bases. The resources have to be exactly the same on each base. You're not allowed to use any of these different weird mechanics. Only follow this established list of mechanics. You know, and we're only going to vote for maps that fit the normal base layout. Oh, Reaper Scouts this proxy gate. That's not good for Maples. Maples is super dead. So we're just gonna keep ignoring the game and just watching it while I talk about this other stuff to do with the maps, guys. He's so dead. If he comes back, if he starts making a comeback, I'll talk about the game. But yeah, I think we went too far. I think the community went too far in restricting what map makers could do. And since then, whether it was explicitly not allowed or people just were always only voting for the very standard maps, we've ended up with a very samey map pool. And as much as StarCraft's already a very diverse game, it really does encourage a very boring and repetitive play styles if you always make every map the same. And some people like that because they're like, StarCraft's already stressful enough. I don't want to deal with more unforeseen changes and every map being different and getting surprised by these weird builds that only work on one map. Maples has to tap out there. But I think at the end of the day, you have to realize having interesting features does just help push forward interesting strategies. It motivates average Joes as well as high-level players in order to do that, and it makes games very interesting. Obviously, today's show match, this best of 13, is going to be an extreme example because Maples is a massive cheeser, Reaper is a massive cheeky all-in player as well. These games are going to be a lot more explosive and wild than you would expect. All right. We're going into El Dorado. This one here is made by Eclipse, guys. We've got in the bottom left a Reaper, bottom right Maples. And they've said in their description, hey, look, this is El Dorado, the legendary lost city of gold. And guess what? It's inspired by Golden Wall. They're like, look, I drew a big inspiration from Golden Wall. This whole south side of the map is walled off these minerals. Only 5 minerals to open this path up. However, apparently you can block it off by breaking rock towers. I don't know. Oh, there is a rock tower there and there. So if you break these rock towers, you can close it off again, and then you'll have to clear rocks. So that's kind of cool. However, notice there is no way from the main. On Golden Wall, there was a path here you could open with minerals, but instead it's from the natural, and it is 10 minerals on each one of those guys. So 10 minerals to mine your way through this path. So two worker trips on each one of those. There's also gold bases here, which also, if you mine out these, you open up new paths. So you can expand to the top and just take all these normal blue bases, the normie bases. This is the way you go if you're a bit of a try-hard virgin, bit of a cuck. If you want to be a real badass, you take gold bases, you mine the minerals, you go to the bottom. There's another gold base down here. You try and bloody, I don't know, siege their base from down here. You just do crazy stuff. You do crazy stuff. So this is a mini Golden Wall. It's a little bit smaller than Golden Wall, but it looks bloody exciting, and I can't wait to see what these guys bring out. Golden Wall was a map which, it was sometimes a little stressful to play, but it was so fun to just have mixed in there. You can always veto it, of course, and it was a really good way to do it. Apparently, the watchtower in the center covers both main rush paths through the center, and it can see if the gold bases on the left and right are taken, and see if the rock towers at the bottom gold are being damaged. There's rock towers down here. What do these do? Oh, I think these rock towers block that path and this path. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know how useful those are, but that's cool. Oh, Reaper's already mined out his backdoor, and he's going to take the gold from the reverse, guys. Now, obviously he doesn't get the gas, but it's secretive from this side, right? Maples is going to be like, just hanging out, scouting with me adept. I love these shiny green minerals. I don't know. Oh, are those uranium barrels? Oh, it's a toxic waste dump, guys. Next to this, is this a mine? It's a big Protoss statue. And maybe they're barrels of terrazine? They just raid this giant Protoss face statue to get all the terrazine out there? They just take the drugs out, or what? I don't know. Any theories on what's in those barrels, let me know. But that does not look like a... Oh, good waste disposal. Adept's going to go down. Nice catch there for Reaper. I love it. Sorry, guys. Just had a giant sneeze. Got to my mute button in time, thankfully. Void Ray's on the way again here for Maples. He's walling off. Look at this. Very good wall off, guys. So notice he shaded his Adept away so that he could wall off, keep the Adept alive, because you've only got an Adept. That's your only firepower right now. And this is a good early 10 Zergling pressure. Oh, look at the way Reaper's pulling back individual Zerglings, because they can take 2 shots before they die. And he actually cancels the pylon, moves the Adept forward. And he's actually getting a lot of damage, but only kills 2 Zerglings, or 3 now. Gets a 3rd on the pullback. Good pressure there from Reaper. Now the battery's finished. He can cancel the pylon, move back in the wall off. Void Ray keeps him safe. But behind this, we've already got a bunch of workers moving to the gold base. I love this play by Mr. Reaper. He's looking fantastic. He already saw the Stargate building the Void Ray. His Overlord does survive for now, which is really good for him. And very smart way of playing. I love these shiny trees, by the way. We've seen these on a few maps recently. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's beautiful. There's these big, like, infested leaf-type things with purple, bloody, glowy dots on them moving around. Oh, some beautiful aesthetics. Eclipse. You've also got shiny gold coins all around the gold minerals, which is just adorable. I like this map. People are calling it the Leaf Hentacle. Very nice. Drones going down. Oh, Oracle fights the Void Rays to distract them. Allows the Oracle to get 3 drones. Not too bad. Void Rays just hanging in the open, though. Don't want to lose that like we did last game. He sees the gold base now. Oh, he's realizing. Okay, Maples, it finally dawns on him what's happening. Remember, guys, Maples is a baboon, so he doesn't really scout that much. He kind of just has a funky build in mind and just does it. And in this case, it's 2 Stargate Fleet Beacon +1. So he's going to go straight for carriers by the looks of it. And he only just found out about the gold base. He was already committed to this strategy. We'll see how he adapts now that he knows what's going on. I like the adept pressure from behind the mineral line. Ooh. Oh. There's also minerals blocking you taking this base from the front, whereas it doesn't appear to be blocked from the back, which is cool. Ling's going to go for a bit of a surround. He doesn't have enough Lings initially to complete this surround. The Void Ray needs to get out of there. Don't lose the Void Ray, Maples. 1 hit point Void Ray. Oh, get out of there with that Void Ray. Let it regen. The drones rallying to the wrong side of the minerals is always a fun one. You're like, guys, come on. Ling's going to try and cancel the third here. Maples is in trouble right now, but he's got carriers on the way. The surprise of the carriers might be enough. Looks like the Oracle's in the back there. He's killed 4 drones, 14 Zerglings, but he's lost 4 Adepts and a Probe. If he loses the third, that's going to be what I would refer to as a bummer. And, oh yeah, it's going to go down. 200 hit points, 150, 100. Cancel. That hurts, mate. Lair has only just started. If he could have kept this third alive and kept Reaper tunnel vision on building more Lings to cancel it, I think Maples could do well. But as it is, mate, it doesn't matter how many gold coins are next to your base. These are not minerals. You can't build stuff out of this gigantic mound of gold. I do wish you could climb up it, guys. Don't you wish like you could send Zerglings or Zealots? They walk up here, but they kind of slide back as they go up because it's like an unstable surface. It's kind of like, you know, your Bilbo trying to get up Smorg's treasure pile, that sort of thing. It would be cool. It's like you have like 20% movement speed, but you can like just slowly walk up there single file or something. All right, guys, Void Race killing a lot of these Zerglings. A bit of a mistake for Reaper to not run these boys away. He's losing a lot of Zerglings unnecessarily, but 7 queens, multiple spores. He's going to have to go into the main base. I like this move for Maples. The moment he sees the queens, he needs to go south. The carriers are like, haha, launch. And then they're like, oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Run away into the main base. Ooh, gets a few drones. Nice focus fire. I like this rotating between the main and this 4th base. It's a good move. Gets a few of these building spores. Once those interceptors are launched, they do pretty good damage, especially with that +1 weapons, man. And he launches them all on the carriers. Get out of there. He has to pull back, but going onto the carriers is a bit dangerous. Transfuse gets missed there. I mean, Reaper might have taken the shields off, but remember, there's 300 hit points. Another queen goes down. Good damage right now for Maples. And there's only Hydras in an infestation building. Reaper is the only Zerg who would not just go straight Corruptors here. Corruptors are the counter. A very weird choice, trying to play a Queen Hydra Infestor style, but I like it. It's going to make this game interesting at the very least. And remember, these guys are your NA specialists. They play very weird build orders, their own styles. Maple's going to lose a carrier if he doesn't watch out. He does pull back. He's going to keep attacking this 4th base right now. Only 49 probes. He's stuck on 2 base. He needs a 3rd base so desperately. He's trying to make charge Zealot, so he's going for a 2-base Zealot Archon all-in with 4 carriers, I think. Or only 3, actually. So it's 3 carriers and a bunch of Zealots, and he's just going to go for a big old YOLO. These minerals have not mined out yet. The ones in the middle have been. Zergling sees the attack coming. Prism is here as well. Mass Hydra is actually going to be quite good against this follow-up. Well, I say quite good. He doesn't have Groove Spines yet. Zealot Archon is morphing in. The probe is the one with the watchtower, actually. Maybe did he have the watchtower the whole time? Drones are building! Reaper! It was, sorry, that wasn't a Zergling. It was a probe on the watchtower the whole time. I thought it was a Zergling. He didn't actually know about this coming. He's just been droning. Reaper! Keep it in your pants, mate. Reaper needs to just survive. He's got to be so careful. The fungal could be good, but he runs his Infestor forward, loses it. He does take out a few Zealots. He needs every queen on the front line right here, right now. The carriers, the Archons, the Zealots trying to break through. It's a 7-gate Zealot Archon carrier roll in. If the carriers can focus down the Hydras, that could be big. They run forward to try to tank some damage. They do a great job of it. But one of the carriers getting dangerously low. It does get popped. Zealots are warping in. Holy crudsicles. This is incredibly close right now. Another carrier getting very low. But the Hydras are getting picked off. And they all go down. More Zealots warping in on the south. 2 carriers and the Prism still alive. He's already lost most of his drones. I can't believe it. I thought Reaper had this one in the bag, but he didn't have the watchtower. And Maple's doing the most surprisingly all-in thing. Who the hell does a 2-base carrier Zealot Archon all-in? But the problem is Reaper stopped scouting. Reaper was like, okay, he's retaking a 3rd base. He might be taking a 4th. We'll make Hydras, Infestors, and then Vipers and Lurkers, and we'll take him out with a big push. You just don't expect someone to make capital ships, get their third cancelled, and say, well, I guess I'll just all in you now. It's such a surprising thing that only a weirdo like Maples would do. Who the hell throws a hat? Yeah, it's kind of that. The classic, you know, Maples doing an odd job, doing a random task strategy, if we want to go with the Austin Powers route there. And GG, man, that's a beautiful timing. You just can't stop these carriers. They're getting too much value. 40 kills between the two carriers. Maples with the meme build makes it happen, despite Reaper having a very good start. What a hot mess of a game of StarCraft. All right. What's up, everybody? We are here with the weird map. Another one. It's New Maganatha. We've got a healing shrine inside your main base with gold minerals on it, blocking it, but also giving you a small mineral boost. You've also got a natural, normal, third base with 4 gases. That's right, guys. Only 6 minerals, but 4 gases on your third base. Oh, we got a half gold base out here as well. And there's some healing shrines out on the map. So these, you can heal up units for free in your base. And you can also heal them out on the map at those stations as well. So lots of healing, 4 gas, third base. There's going to be some silly stuff going on, that's for sure. A Reaper in the bottom right side of the map doing his thingy-majig. He's mining out those gold minerals, as is Maples, just with a few workers. It's a bit more distance you have to travel, but I do think it's efficient still, because you are getting 7 minerals a trip. He's actually pulling off it, whilst Reaper's still mining. I don't know, because you have to travel twice as far. I don't know if it's more efficient than the minerals after the first few. I have no idea, actually. Anyways, can the enemy heal on these as well? Yeah, the shrines aren't owned by anyone, so you can go and heal in your enemy's main base. Your Void Rays fly in, and you heal in the healing shrine while killing their stuff. Wait a second. Oh, no, they've got air blockers on them. So apparently this big, I think this big dick up here, these big 2 dicks, I believe those 2 dicks are air blockers, right? If the healing shrine doesn't have those, then it's not air blocked, right? It's just like the blue circle on the ground. I've only ever seen healing shrines with the air blocker on it, which is why I always forget that that's a thing. But you guys can let me know. The map maker's there as well. So, all right. The probe just being annoying there. I like how he was trying to occupy the mineral patch while already having minerals in hand. That's not how it works. Chat says that is correct. Those are air blockers, the big dicks on either side of the zone. Okay. So basically, air units can't move through this circle, guys, which is why they can't heal. For those who don't know, healing shrines, I believe they heal, is it 10 hit points a second, guys? It's crazy when, like, you see Zerglings on healing shrines, because they heal such a huge percentage of their life. It's not as impactful for an Ultralisk or a Thor, but for little units, it's kind of crazy. Silver Flame didn't have air blockers on it, but it didn't go that long, says Killer Smile. Okay, interesting. Stargate building up in the main base. Overlord's going to come in and scout that bad boy. Leaving the rest of the gold minerals here, Reaper decided, I don't know if this is efficient having a mine from that far. I would probably still mine it out, just with even a single worker. I don't know, I like gold minerals. It just feels good to have the gold shinies, doesn't it? How are we with the colors, by the way, guys? I asked the players to go red, blue. Reaper is still green, which is, I know colorblind red and green are kind of the same, right? So I apologize for that. It's meant to be red, blue, not red, green. Thankfully, it's Zerg versus Terran, so it's not that big a deal, but still an annoyance. It is Christmas, so this is the Christmas theme. That is true. Oh, nice probe block there. Adept's going to come in right now. Maple's going after some Zerglings. Manages to get some. Gets the Zergling down. Probe is still there, blocking the third base. Oh my god, get out of here, you D-bag. Reaper is going to have to quickly extract a trick, and he does, just barely in time, saves it. Void Ray's on the way. The Overlord's trying to make the slowest getaway of all time, guys. I always feel so sorry. I always feel like Overlords, it's like if you were in war, but imagine if real life war started with you with just a base, a few dudes with hammers to build things, and one dude in a mobility scooter. You've got one guy in a mobility scooter, he's like an old granddad, and you're just like, hey granddad, go scout their base, see what they're building. And he's like, oh, okay. The problem is, by the time he gets to their base, they've always got a goddamn guy with an actual car and a bunch of guys with guns in the car. And you know he's not going to get away unless they choose to not chase Grandad. It's very sad. But in this case, you know what? Grandad survived. So this is the rare happy story. Overlord going to go down here. Oh, Reaper. Oh, Reaper tunnel visioning on his Zerglings a little bit. If he cancels the third, it might be worth it. But that is a big if there, as that Void Ray does take out an Overlord inside the main base. Glaive Adepts is on the way behind this, so it's Void Ray, Oracle into Glaive Adept. Oracle coming in the left side. There are 2 queens in position. Very fast Hydra Den is already on the way. 2 base Hydra, not a bad way to play. 3rd base is only now coming up, about to finish at 5 minutes. Glaive Adepts can kill Hydras, but if you get enough Hydras together, you can do okay. Pig, sir, can I ask? Remember, guys, if you're hanging out in Twitch chat, the best thing you can do is ask if you're allowed to ask a question rather than just asking it and then seeing how it goes. This is actually a good philosophy for life in general. Don't do things. Ask people for permission first, always. Just kidding. Ask away. You don't need to ask me if you can ask a question. You'll find out if I answer it or not. Lings do get a few probes there. The Oracle gets pushed back. No real damage going in on either side. We've got 5 Zerglings, 2 Adepts, 3 probes. Hydra's building 41 drones against 48 probes. The problem here is whoever attacks first loses. Oh, Maple shows his hand. Okay, this is really good for Reaper. As Reaper, what you want to do now is you just want to hide at home, group up your Hydraling, potentially build a Baneling Nest, and then go kill him. As long as you have enough Hydras and Lings together, you can beat the Adepts. I like the Ling backstab as well, forcing the Oracle to turn its energy on and off. And generally speaking, don't get me wrong, you do have to counterattack and do big damage on that attack, but if you can kill these Adepts suddenly, it's going to be massive. Muscular Augment's done in 10 seconds. It's not here just yet. 3rd base is bare of drones. Maple sees the Hydras now. He's going to find out. Oh, God, get out of here. I do not want to be fighting against this many units. He has to just cancel that shade and go home. If he lets this finish, he's a madman. Good cancel by Maples. Double Robo building, so he wants to go Colossi behind this. I actually think he should just go Mass Stalker. And I know that kind of sucks versus Hydras in the long run, but I think he's not going to get Robo units out in time because there's no drones on this 3rd. This is a 41 drone all in from the Zerg. That being said, Reaper's taking a bit long. He's got to move out here. He forgot to make Groove Spines as well. Groove Spines is a very cheap upgrade, 100, only takes 50 seconds. If he doesn't get that, his Hydras will not get that +1 range upgrade. Ooh. Hydraling trying to go for the bit of the surround on these Adepts. Adepts do pretty well versus Zerglings, but the Hydras have such high damage. And the Zerglings and Hydras together do a lot. The Adepts, only 4 of them left. As I said, I think Mass Stalker Battery is going to be the way to survive against this. Maples may have been a bit too greedy. Reaper may actually be about to take the lead for the first time in this series. 12 Blink Stalkers with Blink not quite finished. They got to be careful. The Stasis Traps need to be big here. First Stasis Trap, not bad. The Hydras can go to the left. Oh, that's a big Stasis Trap. Ooh, that's a big juicy, isn't it? Cannons and batteries, or at least just batteries trying to come up. I don't think there's a forge. Oh, there is, but no cannons just yet. All batteries. Hydra's coming forward, trying to fight these. He does focus down a Hydra and pull back. Nice micro for Maples. Maples has 2 Robos, but remember, those 2 Robos ain't doing jack right now. He's trying to make a Dark Shrine and a Robo Bay. Maples trying to hang on, trying to survive. The Zerglings do get frozen in time, but the Void Ray gets snapped. Wouldn't mind him taking the gateway down and trying to breach this natural. A single Zergling gets in the natural. Battery is healing it, though. Hydra's started stepping back and forwards. They still don't have Groove Spines. A very important upgrade to be missing. He should be building nothing but Zerglings from here, in my opinion, and just trying to flood in for the win. Looks like the Adepts have all gone down in this game. Always trying to go for the surround. Battery overcharge has already been used. The Stalker's trying to pull behind the Nexus. The Hydra DPS is lit. Absolutely massive Hydra damage. He does break that battery, freeing an ability to move in. He's got to keep moving in. The Stalker blink is out. If he keeps moving in, these Stalkers are done. He's just got to keep stutter stepping forward. Use that Mio Micah micro. There we go. There we go. The Stalkers will try to blink out. Shouldn't really be letting so many of them escape here. If Maples could save all the Stalkers, maybe there's a dream. But no, the Hydra's overwhelming. Maples trying to go double Robo is a little bit too much. Adepts aren't a bad unit, but they get shut down by the 41 drone economy straight into army play. And it's going to be shading into that natural as well. The 3rd base 4 gases never really got to get used by either player in this game. It was just straight up, no, I am not letting you use that 4 gas. I'll kill you before you get there. Adepts going down, Hydra's shoving in the front. There is a Dark Templar there. Dark Templar's doing big damage, guys. It's going to be killing a bunch of these Hydras. Uh-oh. Reaper. Oh no, the Dark Templar did big damage. If the Stalkers can hunt down some of these Hydras, it is, only 37 workers for the Zerg. It's not a big economy. There is the dream of a comeback here from Maples right now. Reaper does pull back, charge and +1 are on the way. Hydra's Overseer's building right now. Reaper's looking pretty solid in terms of army, but Doesn't want to turn to fight right now. I think he definitely needs to. Forgetting Groove Spines really cost him this game, but I think he's still in a very strong position. Hydra's going to turn as they blink back. The Ling's coming in for this round. A good quick recall from Maples, and he will lose 2 Stalkers. Could have been a lot worse for him there. A lot of units coming in as well right now. Colossi trying to build the first one of those. Maple's going to try and sneak this base up. I think he realizes he's going to lose this third. So that's almost like a fake. He's like, I know I have to cancel this. I'm just going to try and take this. There's a rich gas. There's a bunch of gold minerals. If I can sneaky take that one, I could get back in this game. Colossi counters Hydraling. Doesn't matter that you've now finally remembered your upgrade, your Groove Spines. Hydraling's not that good. And Reaper is trying to force it in right now. He's on 37 workers. He's not building an economy advantage. He's just building more army. And attacking into a natural, that can be tough, especially once Colossus Shield Battery Overcharge is ready. Zealot Drop comes in, starts doing damage. Dark Templar on the natural, and Zealots in the main. Oh, Reaper might have gotten a bit too horny this game, guys. Reaper might be a bit too horny. He needs to win. There's a Colossus out. A Stasis Trap force fielding those units. You can't move past that. There's no way to clear Stasis Trapped units. This is an amazing comeback for Maples right now. Reaper. Oh, no. He's completely all in. He thinks, oh, you're only on 2 bases, but he's got nothing at home right now. Oh, no, this is so bad. Oh, no, this is such a bummer. He's basically like, I got to win right here, right now. The Colossus, the battery overcharge will get focused down. There's a Disruptor coming in as well. More Disruptors behind it. Oh, the ball. Oh, Free Willy, says Maples, his favorite movie from the 90s. Except it's the adult film industry version about a guy dropping trousers and unloading on the Zerg opponent. Maples with a disgusting comeback. Zealot counterattack, DT counterattack, and defense is natural. He also had that base hidden over on the side. GG, well played. Maples keeps the lead 5-4. All right, guys, he keeps getting cheated multiple times. There was the Golden Wall style map and the last one. Reaper, a player who is known for being a bit one-track minded and that he basically loves to all in into another all in into another all in. But Maples out-tricked him there. And I gotta say, in the open, Maples was dead. If Reaper just pulled home, defended, droned up, took extra bases, he could have still been in a good spot because Maples' third would have been so late. Assuming Maples doesn't get away with that hidden base, but Maples realized defending with batteries, Colossus, Disruptors, that's the way to do it. And he pushed Reaper into going all in. Ooh, there's a 2 gold base over on here on Amphion. On the left side, is this cut off? Ah, okay, so guys, you can open up these minerals, and then you get a third and towards this gold base. That's awesome. However, that's a path straight to your opponent. So if you guys both mine these out, you end up clashing over this base a lot. Otherwise, 2 times out of 2 scouting the wrong base says Maples is actually so... like, you know, it tells you at the start of the game where your opponent spawns, right? There's also like tooltips in the top. I swear these guys don't read the maps or look at it until they spawn in. I've literally been like giving them descriptions and like on the thumbnail, you can actually click and there's a description from the map maker that describes things. But yeah, anyways, it is what it is. I do like the boardwalk tile set. We don't see this one very often, but some nice little wooden floorboards to fight battle on. Always fun. If we go forwards, there's rocks blocking off a lot of these paths. So there's a lot of like restrictions on these. And then there is also minerals blocking there. And you've got this weird kind of backdoor corridor. So this is like proper kind of corner bases over there as well. I came here to lead, not to read. I play the game. I don't think about the game. My name is the American Ape. My name is Mape the Ape. Mape the Ape. Reaper. The Greeper? I don't know what rhymes with Reaper. But he's gonna be beefing with Maples after this, man. He's had way too many games that he was winning and then have slipped away. Maples has protossed him proper multiple times, and that's gonna hurt him a little bit. Reaper the Peeper. To be fair, speaking of peepers, look at this guy.
Queen has emerged.
Thanks, Tasteless. We've got 4 eyeballs on that side. Let's go to the other side. Oh, we can't see the other side. But yeah, this guy's definitely peeping. 4 eyeballs on either side of his head. It's about as much of a peeping Tom as you can be. Reaper going in there going, ooh, what's your Stargate building, you naughty Protoss? Ooh. I do like that. I'm going to call him that from now on. Reaper the Peeper. Next time I get to see him at an event, I will make sure I buy him a trench coat. Trench coat, pair of dark sunglasses. Good adept micro by Maples, man. Gets a few Zerglings, pulls out of there. Lair is on the way, so it looks like Reaper is trying something special. I don't mind it. I like a special build, but I do think you need a second gas nice and early, usually if you want to do that. Lots of drones coming in. Ling speed on the way. Overlord's going to float to the back. Oracle into Twilight Council. He built the Twilight in vision of the Overlord, though. It's a little bit obvious. It's a weird one. Maple's playing a 300 IQ mind gamer, a 0 IQ, putting things in your opponent's vision. Only time will tell. 4 gases. Are we going Spire? I think Spire is usually only good in this matchup if you proxy the Spire. I was practicing 2-base Muta a bunch recently, and I could not get it to work versus Protoss unless I hit the Spire in the corner of the map. Then it became quite nice. Pig, can you show the Reaper jumping ledges? Oh, interesting. I don't think this map has any. There's nothing up there. Oh, there's a Reaper ledge into the natural. Oh, and then there. Ah, so they can jump up there and then here. And then there's also a Reaper ledge like down here as well. And it looks like they can probably jump up this little area. I think they can jump from there to there, yeah. You've got arrows, actually. They do put arrows to mark those Reaper ledges. Cool. It's cool to see a bit of a different design here as well, just aesthetically. Oh, looks like there's a store down here, guys. I don't know what that store is selling, but there's some sort of shop. Looks like there's some nice, pretty lights. Maybe there's like a little beer garden in there or something like that. Glaive Adept is on the way from Maples. Has Maples seen what's going on? This might work because it's been 2-base Hydra every game. He might be expecting that now. 3 Queens and only 1 Spore Crawler. Very limited anti-air, but I mean, Maples hasn't seen the Spire. He still doesn't see it, even with the Revelation. Mutalisks are building. And he might come in with Glaive Adepts and hit as the Mutalisks are popping. As long as the Mutalisks stay at home to defend, they could clean these Adepts up while the drones just run away. This is actually awesome. It's definitely a hooker and cocaine store. I am sure of it, says Twitch chat. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I've got to allow that. Bloody auto mod. Getting a bit crazy there. Just tabbed out quickly for that. Adepts coming in. The Mutalisks have just popped. He's going for air armor, which makes no sense, in my opinion. I guess he wants to fight Phoenix head-on with Mass Mutalisk. It's a weird choice. Okay, the Shade comes in. The Mutalisks are on top of it. The drones need to get out of there. Run your drones! Run your drones, Reaper! Oh no, Reaper! If you run the drones, this is good, but if you lose like too many, it could be a problem. Maples is attacking the Queen, though. Maple's a little too slow to focus fire there. He did a lot of damage to Queens. Only got 5 workers. He's still up 12 workers. And he cancels his Void Ray, starts Phoenix, starts 2 more Stargates. He realized this is an emergency. I like this move. He pulls the Mutalisks home. These Adepts know they're on a one-way trip, but they're going to sacrifice themselves for the greater good. Some proper Tau soldiers there for the greater good. Does that buy enough time, though? The 2nd and 3rd Stargate's not quite finished. More Phoenix are building. We've got batteries all over the place. 3rd base is finished on the right side. He's up in workers, but how long is that going to last, mate? Mutalisks flying across this map. Lings are looking for the proxy. They haven't found it just yet. He's like, where are you, mate? The Adepts are going to see those Lings. Oh, no, they don't. Muta's getting to the main base. Battery plus Phoenix, kind of hard to fight, man. Oh, okay. Reaper's got to be careful on that micro. Oh, those Phoenix are going to be a nuisance. He's going to have to pull back for now. I always feel like droning up is the best thing you can do after your first 5 Mutalisks, but he's already building Corruptors, so Reaper's playing like a very aggressive, almost all-in version of this. Lings and Mutalisks having to pull home. He's losing both Queens. That is a big problem right now. Reaper's economy is so small, and he's playing this as such an all-in style that it's actually very costly. Mutalisks do try to jump on top of the... Phoenix try to jump in on the Mutas, but the Mutas chase them away. That 3rd base is just so late. The economy is so low. That being said, Maples has literally got Phoenix and Oracle and very few other units, but if he's able to mine with a 20 worker advantage, that'll be more than enough. The Muta's cutting off the retreat. This is huge. So the Corruptors are just going to chase, and the Mutas try to cut off the retreat. Mutas need to go up to the top right. Oh no, he ran away with the Mutas. They could have gone up to the right and actually cut off those Phoenix on the way home or killed some of the rallying ones. Unfortunate missed opportunity. I think Maples is running away with this game. Don't get me wrong. I actually prefer Muta Corrupted to Phoenix Void Ray if you're in a similar economy or even a bit better economy as the Zerg, but when you're down this far in workers, I don't know if it's going to work out. Armor is great for Corruptors, by the way. He's going to go +2, which will be 4 armor Corruptors, which means the Phoenix will not do damage to them. So if you guys are wondering, Corruptors, I mean, Phoenix do 2 times 5 damage attacks. It's going to be 2 times 1 after +2 armor finishes. Because Maples is not making air upgrades, so he's got an income advantage. He's going Fleet Beacon. But he might actually just lose while being up 20, 30 workers simply because his Phoenix don't do any damage to the Corruptors. This is going to be bizarre. Phoenix getting picked off a little bit by this Muta Corruptor. 16 Mutas, going to be 8 Corruptors in a moment. And it's about a minute and a half until that +2 armor finishes. Drones getting picked off once again. There's just so few units here. The Phoenix and the Corruptors, Phoenix do get jumped on by the Muta Corruptor. The Oracle goes down as well. There's just nothing on the ground to defend. Oh no, drones and queens trying to fight. This is like a Muta Corruptor all in. It's such a desperate move, but it could maybe work. The Corruptors have to tank for the Mutalisks. As long as they do that and allow the Mutalisks to fight, that'll be good. Notice the Phoenix were trying to pull back to the battery. They're trying to kind of top up at the battery and then resume fighting. But if they're not shooting the Mutalisks, they really don't do anything. The Corruptors are wrecking these Phoenix. These Phoenix are doing nothing against the 3 armor Corruptors. No air upgrades on the Phoenix. Rotterdam is out there vomiting on himself going, you gotta get the +2 air attack. Oh my god. I can't do a Rotterdam impression. What can I say, guys? I don't know, man. You grow up as a Dutchman, then spend years living in Korea, China, Germany, and then America, and then go back to the Netherlands to get that accent. It's a esports special, that one is. Mutalisk going after the Stalkers. I mean, dude, is he actually going to do this? Is he actually going to do this? Off 21 drones. +2 Carapace is going to kick in at the final end of the day. But yeah, the Phoenix just aren't doing damage. The Corruptors with +1 armor actually won the game. That is wild. I knew armor was good with Corruptor versus Phoenix. But a Reaper apparently saw this miles ahead of time and realized just how strong this would be. Dude, what a play. What a play. Fantastically done. Rotterdam would actually be screeching about the upgrades, though, in this scenario. We finally hit that mythical point, guys, I was talking about. 4 armor Corruptors. Phoenix, how much hit points does a Corruptor have, guys? 200? So if you think about it, guys, a Phoenix here, GG, well played. A Phoenix doing 2 times 5. So it's doing 2 damage, basically, a shot. So it's going to take 100 Phoenix shots to kill a single Corruptor. Meanwhile, a Corruptor doing 14 damage is going to take like 12 shots to kill a Phoenix. Yeah, it's not a fair fight. That's not a fair fight. GG, well played. Dude, that was legendary.